In today's world, it's difficult to imagine our lives without a camera in hand, ready to capture every Insta-worthy or otherwise memory possible. Smartphones and portable digital cameras make sure you never miss a moment. Cameras continue to advance when no more than 200 years ago, they weren't even invented yet. This may be hard to picture for anyone who has grown up taking selfies in their bathroom mirror, but there wasn't always a way to capture all the intricate moments of your day. Wait, what do you mean? Let's briefly walk through how the modern-day camera came to be. The first ever camera, known as the camera Obscura, projected images onto the wall through a small pinhole. However, permanent images wouldn't come until the late 1800s. Now, to give some perspective, today you can fit a camera into your pocket without thinking twice about it. But with these original designs, that would have been impossible. Remember those large, fold-out film cameras from old Western movies? The ones with the big flash on a stick? Imagine trying to carry that around all day. Luckily, in 1889, George Eastman, founder of Kodak, invented rollable film, which resulted in cameras being more portable and affordable for everyone. Quick developing film didn't happen until the late 1940s when Polaroid launched their first instant cameras. Companies continued to develop new and improved ways to capture higher quality images much faster as the digital age flooded in. It was in the 1970s that the first digital camera systems began to be used as image sensors gradually replaced film. Before the advent of the digital age, cameras were mostly used by professional photographers. It wasn't until companies started releasing simple, lower-cost models that amateur photography became more accessible. Do you even remember what it was like before everyone became a social media photographer? By today's standards, any camera from the past would require a high degree of technical precision. But the Kodak Brownie was the first camera to change that. Selling for the low cost of $1, this compact, portable box camera completely revolutionized personal photography. With a simple operating design and the option to mail your film directly back to the manufacturer for developing, this camera made photography possible for everyone. It was the #1 selling amateur camera for the first half of the 20th century. That is, until the magic of instant film. In the 1940s, Polaroid took the world by storm with its instant printing cameras. Using light-sensitive polymers that developed in seconds, the pictures came to life right before your eyes, after you shook it in the air briefly. Now, when we choose to point and shoot a camera, the image appears on a screen almost immediately. And if we snap a picture we don't like, just delete and start again. The 1980s saw the rise of compact portable cameras meant for everyday use. Kodak tried to take over new markets with the launch of their disposable film cameras. Housing enough film for 24 shots, these lightweight cameras were convenient and easy to take with you anywhere. These cameras were popular go-tos found on tables at weddings and to take along on vacation. Ever go to the photo center of a big box store to get film developed? You would go into the store, drop off your rolls of film at the counter, and then wait a few days, or sometimes weeks, for the prints to be ready for pickup. It was a big surprise to look through the pictures and see who was actually smiling or who moved so quickly that they were a blurry mess in the frame. Unlike today, where you have an unlimited number of takes to get that perfect family photo, film meant you were limited to the number of frames in each roll, so you better smile big when the time comes. During this time, digital cameras were still about the size of a bread box. Yes, like the size of an actual loaf of bread, taking around 23 seconds to capture a single image. Compared to the latest generation of iPhone, which has a 12-megapixel resolution, these cameras offered a groundbreaking 0.01 resolution. That's a big difference in picture quality. Now you can blow up pictures straight from your phone and display them anywhere. Cameras today can range from 16 to 60 megapixels depending on the image sensor and professional grade. Remember a time before high definition? Well, the late 70s and early 80s introduced a series of compact cameras that were capable of making image control decisions on their own, also known as point and shoot. Unlike cameras that came before, 1994, these took the decision-making away from the photographer and used what could be considered some of the first smart technology. No, there wasn't an app for that. Yet. These new cameras could calculate shutter speed, aperture, and focus, meaning all you had to worry about was framing the best shots. Canon launched the first consumer autofocus camera in 1979, which set a precedent for the future of digital cameras. Today, your phone camera can capture high-quality, print-ready images in seconds. We don't even need to think twice about having a camera available to us now. One swipe left on your phone screen and you'll be snapping away. Other companies followed suit with their own point-and-shoot cameras that had their individual, unique features. Kind of like how smartphones now share similar features but offer totally different operating systems. Every camera may have looked pretty much the same, but they each did their best to stand out. While digital cameras revolutionized the industry, the focus then became about increasing storage space. Nowadays, cameras are equipped with high-performing memory cards that can hold thousands of pictures with ease. Before digital photography took over, snapping a picture of anything took a certain degree of strategy, especially considering you had a limited number of frames of film to capture an event, so choosing carefully was essential. So the introduction of memory cards during the 90s truly transformed the digital camera experience. SanDisk was one of the first companies to introduce high-performing memory cards for digital cameras. Launched in 1994, the compact flash quickly gained traction because of its solid performance and flexibility. Today, unless you're using a professional-grade digital camera, you don't even consider loading a memory card. It comes built in. Your only concern should be how much storage it offers, and with the cloud, storage today is almost infinite. No more storage-full messages popping up on your phone. Several leading camera manufacturers, including Nikon and Canon, adopted the SD card as the standard for high-end cameras. As memory card technology continued to evolve, more manufacturers began to release newer versions with updated speeds, storage capabilities, and reduced sizing. In 1999, the SD Card Association was established to enforce memory card standards across the industry. Today, the original SD cards have been discontinued and replaced by newer generations. Memory cards continue to evolve over time, with several companies releasing their own versions that strive to push the standards even further. It is clear that over the decades, cameras have experienced dramatic shifts in how they operate, their size, and even who uses them. Of course, all of this led up to the ultimate revolution in digital cameras, the introduction of smartphones. During the late 90s and early 2000s, a few commercial options became available for cellular phones equipped with a camera. Smartphones have come a long way since the days of those early camera phones. Now we record everything in our lives, down to the smallest megabytes. This was all made possible by the growth of both camera and smartphone technology. In the year 2000, both Samsung and Sharp presented their very first camera phones to the world. Similar in size and features, the main difference was that Sharp made it so users could share pictures directly from the device via email. When was the last time you had to think twice about sending someone a picture from your phone, let alone using email to do it? It's so easy now to snap a cute picture of your dog and, in a few keystrokes, share it with everyone you know. The advent of SMS and social networks allows us to remain constantly connected to one another. You couldn't miss a minute if you tried. The moment Apple introduced the first iPhone in 2007 with a built-in camera, the world changed. While they weren't the first phone with a camera on the market, the accessibility and user-friendly operating system appealed to everyone. Mobile cameras became embedded into mainstream society. And by 2013, smartphones with camera capabilities were outselling digital cameras more than 10 to 1. The revolutionary change of handheld cameras cannot be denied. Not only are we now capable of keeping a detailed record of our own personal histories, we are more connected with one another than ever before. As our lives become increasingly more shareable, you can't help but wonder where cameras will take us next. Whatever the direction, remember to say cheese. Thanks for watching, and take a snap at another video. Just tap or click. And hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.